Thank goodness. I've been wandering alone for so long, I thought I'd never see another soul again. I was kidnapped by these bandits. I managed to pick the lock and slip out while the guards... Oh, thank you. They're at Mistwatch. Here, if you can stop them, you'll be a true hero.
Oh, friends! Oh, this is so sweet. Only we didn't know that Barbus had this really awful voice. He doesn't even sound like that. How does he sound? How does Barbus sound again? Oh, I was just a fucking dog. I was rolled around. That's not how he sounds, but it's bad. It's so bad, I guess I love it. Except Carl Pepper. Oh, yeah, but
Need something?
this guy's so kind of great. It will be done. Love the Carl Pepper. I don't trust any of this center, I guess. I guess is what I'm saying. Are there any characters in Skyrim who have this voice actor doing this voice that are trustworthy? Are there any of them that have named characters with this voice that are like, oh yeah. Could you imagine if that was actually produced real voice?
What a waste.
Does your inexperience in your job?
Oh, what happened?
Safe in our own homes. Please, enough already. I have told Ygritte of your concerns. Look after you all. Please, go about your business.
Oh, do come in. I hope I have what you need. I heard the gourmet's hiding out somewhere in Skyrim. You know, fella who wrote that cookbook? I think I can teach you a thing or two.
Alright, should we break into this shit? Cause fucking ain't nobody in here.
No, no. Well, sometimes, but that's not the problem. I just often don't have much to do, so I tend to try things out. They don't usually work, but I try. Next thing I know, I've used up most of my stock. I picked up the trade when I was a girl. One of the temple healers staying here on a pilgrimage showed me the basics. She had a book with her, Song of the Alchemists, that I used to read over and over. I miss having a copy. Really? I'd be happy to show you a bit about herbs if you find the book.
Oh! Alright. Oh! Nailed it, perfect. What's it? Oh my gosh, these are some wild ass books. I think the only one we've ever encountered before is a better guy than me, though. Ghosts in the Storm. I've never read that one. Remember, The Night Mother's Tree. Awesome. Never read that. Bunch of books. Do you think that these taxidermy types are dark there?
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense.
Talk to you. What's up?
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots. Stay
How long
a
have you been
while.
a student?
Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days. Need something? Welcome to the Moorside. If you need anything, I'll be around. Good to have
Is this like commentary
a
that
customer.
like
There ain't much to
class
offer, but if you...
ruling
Let's sate
family
that appetite.
of all three are not only themselves kind of perpetuating some racist bullshit, but are certainly part of like an institution that enables it, especially I would imagine against not just Mur, but Altmer in particular. And fucking people. Is that I think that's gotta be the first one. Why is there so much?
Until next time.
I almost said our character would be so dumb and be like, what's that? Play too much disclosure. Alright. So what's up with me? Not Mark. Let's get it. Oh no, wait. We have a unit disenchanted here. It's disenchanted. Let's see. I lied. I guess I lied. I guess we don't. Okay, never mind. Just immediately hesitated. Let's just check for this payoff later. Yes, Master Roach. See, I knew we had someone. Marcus, please. Please, Marcus, please, let me up. Man, I can't believe Marcus is just gonna fucking be with us now, I guess. What the fuck? This is an important game's request. I must solve it and resolve it immediately. Let me know.
IT was simpler. Today, it's anywhere on any device, which is awesome.
I guess we just have a dog friend now for a while. Alright. Let's see. Let's head on over to... Where was it again? Let's see. Missing Merchant. Traitor's Post. Where is this? Never know. Man. God, where is it? For real? You're fucking kidding me. Where is this? You're fucking kidding me. It's all the way up here? Kill the leader of Embershard. Could I do this? Locate Baldur's hunting party. Okay, great. Yeah. Let's do these. Where are these? Are these like a million miles away? Oh shit. How do I enter it? Oh wait, Embershard. Yeah, I've been there. Okay, well let's look for Baldur's hunting party at the very least. It's right up in there. Okay. Tally-ho, Barbas and Ilia.
Running an inward, my plan. Take a look.
Never mind, I got distracted by this. Okay, never mind, it's not Who lives here? That's like a master archer or whatever. Is this like a Fletcher's house or something? Is that what you call it? Oh, the barracks. The Fall Creek barracks. Okay, we'll have to go through that. So now, let's hit the road. Slowly.
Need something?
Good times to run. Yo, there's some dweller ship right up there. Isn't that some dweller ship? Oh, yeah. Wait, can I exit town from the western end? Let's take a quick look. Okay, I think I can. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Alright. Let's head on out. Yeah, of course, right by the inn. Oh. Do they have any stables around here? They must. It's probably just you have to see. Oh no, there's more molecules. Right? Maybe that's the whole deal. Is that the reason why there's no areas out of these places is because they don't have a stable to like house the carriage horse. Makes sense. Okay, so we need to go this way. Let's engage a quick save here. And off we go. Off into the wonderful world. It is really nice.
Finally, someone comes in. Pick up your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I got nothing but time these days.
Let's stay the course. Oh shit, isn't this, this is that, I know this place. Oh, I didn't even realize it was right here. This is it, isn't it? Isn't this it? I remember something fucked up happening in that water. Oh, this is it, isn't it, dude? This is it! Someone tell me that this is not it! Oh, this is it! I fucking knew it, man! Oh, look at that! What if we go inside? Hang on. Let's do it. Can we go in here right now? God. The lute! No, drums! Screaming? Some kind of choir. Chanting. Screaming?
They say the college has been snooping around.
We talk again? Okay. God, it's so loud. It's like, here's
Your
my
business
ears.
with the Jarl.
Please.
I'd ask that you speak to me first.
Some kind of choir. Okay. Oh, jeez. Marvis, yeah, look at that. Alright. Cool. Wow. I forgot it was right over on the main fucking road. For some reason, I thought that you had to go, like, off-road a lot.
Morthal used to be a quiet place, but then the world used to make sense.
Something that I tend to much, much later in the play. This is here. Oh, are they on the... Yeah, Walter's hunting parties on the fucking... I was about to go inside this little dungeon. But yeah, they are totally getting the fuck out of here. Alright, we need more. I got this or better yet, just start right. Better go on. We'll probably get off on more tangents. I can see that. So look, man, speaking of tangents, oh shit, there's still evil tangents. Alright. I should probably not do that, right? I don't have any. Let's see. My soldiers, raided. I've got less of one. We think that'll take? Gotcha. Can I make this thing come back?
Hold it!
Which he estimates to be course, he's the broker who's making commission off his sales. But the problem is, middle-class families, ordinary workers, ordinary people, they immediately get pushed off the market. They're forced into the rental market, and since there's an ever-expanding population of people who have no choice but to rent goes up significantly. Okay? So look, progressives get on me when I talk about this. Go ahead and get mad, but this is the reality. Okay? They love to put the cart before the horse. No, okay. I am totally fine with changing zoning laws. But before we change zoning laws to allow for more construction, we then get snapped up by investors immediately, both domestically and foreign investors, to ensure that we're let's build affordable housing, not market price housing, which is going to be astronomically expensive if people can't afford. And we need to make sure that once we build the housing, it doesn't get preyed upon by the same investors who put us in this mess in the first place. Well, am I NIMBY? Am I NIMBY for wanting to be smart and strategic about how we do this?
And I think actually this is way worse than that. So let me explain why this is going to lead to the wealth accumulation ending in this country. So this is the beginning, but eventually the war will take over all different houses. So look, sometimes the right wing calls mainstream media the Matrix, and I think that's actually probably the best thing right is that's a fair description of mainstream media. But it's actually broader than that, guys. The Matrix is corporate rule, and so here, and it's I don't know if they actually kind of did that way. You know, in the movie they say the agents say that they are inevitable. Their victory is inevitable, and that's the case here with corporate rule. Now, once he decides the program by the undervalued homes, and private equity companies can then come in and make money.
What was that?
With something that is
Can't wait to
Time to end it.
homes. They're all going to rush in because that is near guaranteed profit. So that means they're going to spend all those houses, and when they have those, by the way,
No sign of him. Who in Dagon's name are you? Speak, or I'll cut you down where you stand.
They accumulate wealth.
I was part of the gang in the ruins.
Yes.
A friend of mine went crazy and stole the boss's sword. They blamed me for it. Look, I'm done here. Mop the floor with these idiots for all I care. Just get out of my way.
You've got to pay higher prices for rent. So it's a win-win for the private equity guys. That means they will invent a lot more apps like this because if Skyrim can do it, they can do it. And so and if you can make money by buying 1 or 10 or 100 homes in this fashion, that means you can make money buying all of the homes. So the fact that the Wall Street bankers are going to systematically over the next several decades buy almost all the homes in the market is inevitable.
It is inevitable. In fact, you know what this chess prodigy has to say about what's going on? He specifically says on his website that he's using his skills to, quote, disrupt the residential real estate market.
Yeah, that's how his business. Look, I don't blame Stein. He's a smart guy who figured out this app. He's making tons of money. The problem is the system doesn't necessarily want to play this thing advantage. He's not the banker. The bankers then come in and buy those homes, right? And so, look,
but he's assisting the bankers. Like, he knows what he's doing. And he tries to minimize it, too. Which, no, he is the bad guy. Because, look, yeah, he's a smart guy. Remember when we used to have smart guys use their smarts to do good in the country? Barely, you're right. Yeah. All right, never mind.
so look, you can't have, you can't fight back. It's not inevitable. But you are fighting a machine, and there is a certain inevitability to markets and capital. So capital will go wherever it's going to accumulate more capital. So this is where this around the country is already there. But they're So if you were the anti-war person, you should have voted for Trump and the Republicans. That's what this means. If you're pro-war, you vote for Joe Biden and the Democrats.
I was trying to save abortion. That's why I voted for Biden.
Wow, that laugh at the end seemed genuine. That was Jimmy Dore endorsing Donald Trump as the anti-war option if he ends up running for re-election, I guess. Which is fascinating because I remember the Trump presidency rather clearly. I remember his foreign policy rather clearly. And we'll get to Biden in just a minute. But before we do, let's just refresh Jimmy Dore's short memory span with who Donald Trump really was when it came to foreign policy during his first term in office.
American military dropped the mother of all bombs. Literally, that's its name. A bomb dropped today on ISIS tunnel complex in Afghanistan is the most powerful non-nuclear explosion ever in warfare. After the bombing, President Trump suggested the weapon's use
Could survive as a massive
Or so, you find your patient at
says a lot about his administration. We have the greatest military in the world, and they've done a job as usual, so we have given them total authorization.
So if you were the anti-war person, you should have voted for Trump and the Republicans.
President Trump is giving the CIA significantly more authority in carrying out drone strikes.
The strike killing Soleimani was a major escalation in the Trump administration's maximum pressure campaign on Iran. Up until now, that campaign largely relied on crippling economic sanctions. So how do we get from economic pressure to military might?
Donald Trump has wielded his power of veto, this time to block a resolution which aimed to end U.S. military assistance to the Saudi coalition fighting Iran-backed rebels in Yemen.
So if you were the anti-war person, you should have voted for Trump and the Republicans.
The president pulls me aside on at least a couple occasions and suggests maybe we have to use military shoot missiles into Mexico.
Shoot missiles into Mexico for what?
He would say to go after the cartels.
The anti-war president? By the way, that video that we put together also didn't include the fact that the Trump administration attempted coups in Venezuela on multiple occasions. Luckily, Trump and his administration was insanely incompetent. They failed in doing those coups. But that's who Donald Trump was. I remember very clearly how terrible he was in foreign policy. Just because he had rhetoric indicating that he wanted to pull troops or withdraw troops doesn't mean that he actually succeeded or really wanted those things. In fact, he has more negative marks on his foreign policy record than positive marks. And we'll get to Biden in a minute. But Cenk, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Trump is the peace president that we all need.
Yeah, but remember what he said? We're not only going to kill the terrorists, we're going to kill their families. And by the way, he followed through on that. A significant rise in civilian deaths under Donald Trump's bombings of foreign countries than even under Obama. When Obama was pretty terrible. So Trump came in and started killing civilians at a much higher rate, bombing all over the world. And Jimmy thinks that's the anti-war candidate?
In fact, the Trump administration stopped reporting on the number of civilian deaths that came as a result of the drone strikes. Okay?
And tell me that you become a right-winger and your entire audience is right-wing and you get paid by the right wing without telling them that. So Trump is anti-war. Look, you want to criticize the Democratic Party, there's plenty to criticize. But you also should be, by the way, correct on all the facts. For example, as we transition to Biden, who did get us out of Afghanistan? Oh, right, Biden did.
Yeah. Well, okay, so what sparked that that expert commentary from the intelligent Jimmy Dore? The fact that Biden has decided to deploy hundreds of troops to Somalia, which I think that's a totally fine thing to criticize him on. I would criticize him on that. But to ignore Trump's foreign policy and make him out to be the peace president is unbelievably dishonest. But he is speaking to a right-wing audience, and so I'm not surprised by it at all. Now, just to give you some details on what's going down in Somalia, the U.S. will reposition U.S. forces in East Africa.
Good to see you, my friend. I knew you'd make a proper legionnaire. I'm glad you'll be with me in there. I don't like the looks of this place. And I'm not talking about the stormcloaks. These old ruins. They don't want us here, the ancient ones. Better left alone. But never mind all that. We're the Emperor's soldiers. We'll do our duty no matter what stands in our way, right?
Which was about 700 things in the military. In early 2020, by the way, Trump did withdraw 750 military personnel from you can't just cherry pick what you like to make your argument. You got to take a step back and look at the individual's foreign policy as a whole, and to cherry pick and point to Somalia as an example of he's the president saying. By the way, what Biden is doing with Somalia, they give a little bit of background in regard to Trump. Trump's decision in December of 2020 to withdraw the U.S. personnel from Somalia was part of a broader effort in the waning days of his administration to pull back U.S. involvement in global conflict.
Looks like the damned rebels got here. You ready, auxiliary?
But the Biden administration believes that Al-Shabaab remains a notable priority given the threat it poses, and that
listen up, legionnaires. Those stormcloaks are here for the same reason we are.
It's just more of this war on terrorism garbage. And, you know, the more the U.S. military intervenes or gets involved in these conflicts, the more we hear about new insurgent groups, new terrorism groups. It's just a never-ending cycle. I don't believe the administration at all. They're like in there to root out terrorism. It never works.
So we speak to a smart audience, so we tell you things that are easy to comprehend.
Sons of Skyrim!
So you say, so another day, another politics lies about mass shooting after he slaughtered 19 children.
No! I'll walk to the ground with you lot!
You two, stay and guard the entrance. We don't want any Stormcloak reinforcements taking us by surprise. Everyone else, with me.
The sons of Skyrim! My own guard!
That sounds like something here in the after school show.
I don't like the look of this. Perfect spot for an ambush. 10 to 1, they're just waiting for us to make this on.
There isn't any other way through.
Let's not jump to conclusions, soldier. The Legion always finds a way. I'd rather take a moment and look around than walk blindly into an ambush. Auxiliary, see if you can find another way through. We'll charge in to help as soon as we hear fighting.
Is that what you meant? What helmets on, cyber naming, it sounds...
There may be some way to get through on the level above. Hurry! The Stormcloaks are here in force. Stick close and follow orders so we don't stir up the whole place against us.
Shut up and sit down. And of course,
maybe you can find a way through somewhere above us.
Find them. The United States consulted his family and wife because he is so shallow and clear. Donald Trump
Fall back!
Just happened in Texas a few days after this mass shooting happened in Texas. And of course, what did we blame to? Everything else except that maybe we can kind of sort of use some gun regulation. We're the only country in the world where these school mass shootings happen at this level. In Spain, no other country is really close. He blames everything else. This man is a walking piece of garbage. Take a look. Tragedies like the events of this week are miracles, forcing us to ask hard questions and we see for our culture. Declining churches and social media bullying, violent online desensitizing active murder in video games, chronic isolation. Prescription drug and opioid abuse and selective effects on the psyche of young Americans. So really says you want to go after video games and all the other generic crap you said you're stating right there.
Be careful, men. There's bound to be more up ahead.
Violent video games that studies have been done for decades long, thousands of different subjects, as to see video games, violent regressive, can cause real world violence, and it has been disproven time and time again.
What in 9 holes is that? Is this what killed that Stormcloak over there?
Mass shootings in schools all over the world, right? The violent video games that are making crazy. Except it's not. This is a conservative and unappreciative thing. When it comes to us being number one in this
Corpse of the Empire!
That'll teach you to cross me.
let's take a look. What we're number one at. Oh, look! We're number one at school shootings. Let's look at all the other countries. There's Mexico at 6. Probably the size of every other country.
Die, rebel!
But the numbers don't lie here. Also, I forgot to mention this. Mexico, second place for school shootings from January 2009 to May 2018. They're in second place. We have 280.
And this must be the Hall of Stories.
I've heard of this. These walls are supposed to show the history of the ancients.
Hear the excuses that people come up with. I understand Mexico, but
What is that? Some kind of stone claw? I wonder what it's used for. Good job.
Want to try to play video games with violence and other things.
All right, everyone. Keep your guard up. Let's move out.
Let me show you some studies that are proven wrong, make you sound like idiots. This company, Guardian.com, in this study was done in New Zealand, massive different studies. It's like the worst case scenario I've seen.
All right, legionnaires. Spread out and see what we've got. Auxiliary, do what you do best. See if you can find some way to get that gate open.
Not lead to violence or aggression, according to the analysis. Data gathered more than 21,000 young people around the world.
This may sound obvious,
Led by
but do you see a lever anywhere?
massive diversity,
Is his family gone? Is he?
Alright, let's
Is
move.
Max Buckus keeping
Got more.
multiple
Steady, legionnaire.
studies from previous years that look at linking aggressive behavior in video gaming, a method known as meta-analysis. Public royal society.
Follow me. Let's see where this leads.
Talking about this for years. Say that there's a reason for mass shootings for years. This is like the worst case scenario I can find. Like, alright, we saw a little bit of evidence, but it's still ridiculously small. And there's no way anyone can contain real world violence on people playing video games. I just want to read this other quote here. Thus, current research is unable to support the hypothesis that violence
Why don't you stay dead?
Spread out. Keep your eyes open.
Hey, I found a crown over here on this corpse. Is this the one we're looking for?
Find the knife! For yourself!
We'll stay here and see if we can find anything else that could be of use.
fact that they don't want any kind of change when it comes to the state. So I'm not going to say because you're cowards. Because you're cowards. You have to kiss your audience's ass to make sure that they don't walk away from you. You're more concerned about your revenue than your lives. And again, I don't want the Second Amendment abolished, but the things need to change. Yes, they do. Don't you dare use that one word. One time, someone had a and they stopped or slowed down a mass shooting situation. There's someone I know that in a church in Texas, shot and killed someone else had nothing with the personality of the situation. Didn't go harder than that. But someone still lost their lives. Someone that I know that was a family friend is dead because of a mass shooting or an attempted mass shooting at a church. It's right on our doorsteps. I don't care who I piss off with this anymore. This is Rachel. Better for the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Wait a minute. Why, you? Good looking characters, levels, from the arcade. Sega Genesis all the characters, levels. Well, can we talk about something like exactly the levels? Look at the backgrounds of some of the Super Nintendo levels. The animals are moving a lot. You know, on Sega, they're
very well.
On Sega, not so much. There's attention to detail everywhere in the Super Nintendo game. Plus, Sega's missing this level entirely. Yeah, but that level's boring. There's nothing in this level but rocks. Lots of rocks. I'm not missing much. Nobody cares about a boring level in a fighting game. You know what they do care about? Blood. The Sega game has blood. Lots of blood. Makes sense since people are cutting each other with weapons. And does the Super Nintendo have blood? Nope. Well, barely. I guess you could call this blood. Plus, sometimes when you defeat an enemy, you do a finishing move, like cutting them in half. You can't do that. So, about all that stuff, my game still looks better. The characters in Sega are bigger. Much bigger than the characters in Super Nintendo. Bigger means better. Period. Bigger isn't always better. You want the stage. You're always getting up against our period with the crops. Well, looks like you're the one with the crops. My game must be more to level, so mine is better. Plus, this tiny size is more consistent. Get close, let the game zoom in. Tiny, big, tiny, big. Bigger is better.
Yes.
Size. Your game by comparison looks way too tiny. More level and smaller characters might be good for platformers, but not for a fighting game. Having the screen cropped and the characters bigger complements the game more. While blood doesn't really make or break this game, it does make it more true to the arcade. With bigger characters, you keep against blood and violence. Best graphics go in Sega Genesis. Darn, I'm kind of getting used to like the arcade. Best presentation goes, Super Nintendo. My game has songs from the arcade, so does mine. Let's hear some back-to-back.
Alarm set for 7 a.m.
So it's obvious. Mine sounds better.
Are you kidding me? That Galvern stage sounds a lot better on Sega.
My instrumentation sounds more authentic. My music sounds more Japanese.
Oh, you can't just say something sounds Japanese. It's racist.
Okay, so how would you sing it?
The right way to say it would be that it's possibly similar in sound to the musical stylings of Japan.
I'll make note of that. Anyway, your game is missing so much sound. Remember how your game was missing a level? Well, it's also missing the song from that level. It's a pretty good song. Not only that, you're missing sound effects. On Super Nintendo, the names of the fighters are said before every fight. And on Sega Genesis? Nothing.
You want to talk sound effects? Let's talk sound effects. Genesis voiceovers come out nice and clear compared to the Super Nintendo.
What's the matter?
So I have better quality music, but I have better quality sound effects. Music is sound effects. At first glance, Arcane play seems the same. Both games play something and slash attack. They range from mid to medium to max. Every character has a set of special moves that you can enter. You can either play the one-player campaign or the versus mode. The one-player has unlimited continues. It's a solid game that introduces a few new things. You can dash towards and away from your opponent. You can occasionally duel, result in somebody temporarily losing a weapon. Then there's a POW meter that makes you stronger when you fall. There's also a rep in the back that monitors the fight, but it doesn't actually affect the gameplay. Also, sometimes the delivery man throws health, bombs, or points. As similar as these games play, mine plays better. Let's start with the controls. Both games have mid, medium, and max kicks and slashes. That's 6 different attacks. The Sega controller is perfect for this since you can use 3 buttons for the kicks, and the other 3 for slashes. Super Nintendo also has 6 buttons, the shoulder buttons, so it should work the same, right? Well, use the face buttons for weak and medium attacks. So that just leaves the shoulder buttons for the strong attacks, right? Kinda. Just pushing the shoulder buttons doesn't give you a strong attack. What you need to do is hold down one of the shoulder buttons, then press down one of the face buttons to give you a strong kick or slash. That's so much work!
Yeah, this is really hard.
Oh, it sure is. What if I'm playing and all of a sudden I wanna, I don't know, scratch my ear? That's not possible with Super Nintendo's controls.
I can just pause it if I want.
Victory is
Your
yours.
controls are lame.
I submit.
Oh yeah? You didn't talk about if you use a 3-button controller. If you use a 3-button Sega controller, then this game is almost impossible. Let's say the 3 trigger buttons are your mid, medium, and max slashes. Then how do you kick? Start and press the trigger button? No. Pressing start pauses the game. If you want to use the other 3 attacks, you need to combine trigger buttons. AB for mid, BC for medium, AC for max.
Who had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel? I'd like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Any day. Just has a 3 line. You did it in the 90s.
Regardless of that, My game still plays better. Let's compare versus modes. First off, the Sega versus mode lets you play as the boss of the game. You can't do that on Super Nintendo unless you enter a code. Lame. Also, versus mode on Super Nintendo plays pretty typical. You and a friend each select a character. Then after 3 rounds wins. And then you keep doing it. Rinse and repeat. Sure, the Sega game has the same versus mode, but it's a little more in depth. I can choose strength, time, items, and the stage. You can't do any of that on Super Nintendo. Even as cool as that is already, there's also a showdown mode. This mode lets each person select 5 characters. Then you fight each other until someone loses all 5 fighters. The Sega game just has more versus mode options.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Nintendo doesn't.
We don't need the game to keep player stats. That's what we have Harvey for. What's that? You found
Fine.
a piece of stats? Well,
We'll be keeping an eye on you.
No, Harvey, we'll tell you. Jeez, you're so annoying. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to help, he's sensitive. Well, he's keep quiet one. Well, you can keep your versus mode. Because the Super Nintendo game has a mode that you don't. The Super Nintendo game has a countdown mode. This is a one-player mode where you try to see how many enemies you're going to beat within the allotted time. You don't lose any health, so you can focus entirely on your attacks. How do you like them, Apple?
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to hold the Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it yours. I'll take the drive. Don't expect a miracle.
Facebook, Twitter, and
Got some good pieces up. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Don't forget to check inside the shop. I don't claim to be... blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Nebraska Governor Pete came out with an where he was pressed on whether or not the abortion ban he wants to put in this state, if of course Roe is denied, if it would include exceptions for rape or incest. He said absolutely not. There's still babies too. Yes, there's still babies. So it doesn't matter if it's a rape baby. It doesn't matter if it's an incest baby. All abortion in Nebraska, if Roe was overturned, would be illegal. And he's following in the footsteps of Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves, of Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt, who have also said the same thing, no exceptions. Rape, incest, doesn't matter. You get pregnant, whether you wanted to or not, you're keeping that baby. Doesn't matter if you were forced to get pregnant by being